I want the best for him, but I will not co-sign with him.
Okay. So are you prepared to pay them?
Not that much, no. I don't have that much.
So we each are like about $340 each.
All right, we've got no credit, no understanding of how a lease works, and a whole lot of debt. If you're new, I'm Mike, and here we talk about money, cars, avoiding debt, and keeping more of your paycheck. If that sounds good, hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment.
We're looking for a car.
Okay. What type of car?
Any car. We just got married. My husband just got here. The problem is I have really good credit, good income, 800 plus.
Okay.
But I don't want the car on my
Okay. At all?
at all.
Would you be willing to co-sign with your husband?
Absolutely not.
Head on over here and we'll see what we can do for you. Have a seat. How long have you been in the country?
6 months.
6 months? Okay. Do you have a credit card or do you have any type of credit?
No.
No, not at all. Are you open to buying a cash car?
No.
No? Okay.
We're off to a great start. I've got a good feeling about these two. They're going to make it. No credit, can't pay for it cash, and on top of that, his wife isn't happy about it. This is probably not the best idea.
All right, so I did call the banks. I did get an approval. Right now, the situation we're in is not the best for him. He's getting a 30% interest rate loan, but with you and your credit you described, if you were to co-sign with him, you'd have him at only a 6%, which is much more beneficial for him.
Would it affect my credit if he didn't make the payments?
If he did make the payments, it would affect your credit.
I want the best for him, but I will not co-sign with him.
Okay, even if he's saving $300?
Even if he's saving $300. I care about him, but I care about my credit more.
I like her. If this guy wants to buy a car and can't pay for it in full, which is always the best way, he can build his credit up like everyone else. Jumping into a car loan and having your new wife co-sign is only going to lead to problems.
But what if he goes in debt? Just trying to pay off the car. With you as a co-signer, it's going to be stress-free.
I'll think about it.
So you guys had a minute to think. Did you get a chance to talk to each other about it?
Yeah, we thought over it, and if you can make the payments on time
Yeah, we can do that.
and not ever miss a payment, and you can commit to that, then I could be okay with co-sign.
You're only co-signed with him for about 6 months to a year, so it's not much of a worry. In 6 months to a year, he's going to have his own credit, refinance the car at 6%, and you can be off the loan. So the worry is not for long.
She was doing so good. The salesman said she could be off the loan in 6 to 12 months, but that's assuming he makes all his payments on time and gets approved for refinancing. Don't let a salesman pressure you into making a bad decision like this.
Wait, so 6 months later, I can be completely off the loan?
Exactly.
I think that's doable.
Yeah? All right. Perfect. Adding you on helped tremendously. I got you guys a great approval for a 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee high altitude. I did notice you have a dog, so I thought you guys might like a third row. And it's an amazing car. It drives beautiful. Let me go grab the keys and we'll check it out.
I think it would be a completely different situation if they had been married a few years. It seems like a really bad way to start off a marriage. Let's get into car debt. If she has to ask her husband if he's going to make the car payments on time, it's a bad idea.
The only way for you to keep the car, like legally, is to pay off what they have as a charge-off amount, which is 35, I think like 175. I could send you like the printout that they sent me.
Okay?
So are you prepared to pay them?
Not that much, no. I don't have that much.
Right now, technically, it's their asset and you're just kind of holding it hostage. It's just uncommon what you're doing, just so you know. I mean, in the industry a long time, the lease was up 4 months ago.
That car's probably worth more than $35,000.
It always amazes me how some people just don't understand the contracts they signed. When they do find out how they work, they still don't want to follow them. Even if you didn't read the contract, you signed your name, you have to follow it.
Oh, so I might have the option of giving it to you, but then Mercedes forgiving the debts. That might be an option, right?
No, we can't buy the car. It's a closed account. We don't have the option of a dealer payoff. The only person that could close out the account, satisfy the charge-off amount, is you. They didn't send me a legal document to send to you. I'm telling you verbally, like, that's the only solution. Otherwise, they're really going to take action of getting the car.
Okay, let them. So if you want to send me a direct payoff amount so I know what I got to work for and how I can get financing, I would need that document.
It doesn't work the way you're saying, like I'm just going to hold it and let them negotiate.
He actually thought that forgiving the debt was an option if he returned the car. Why would anybody forgive your debts? I would guess he's just regretting leasing the car. He's been in it for a while, considers it his, but it's not.
With me. They're not going to negotiate with you. They don't care if you do, you don't, whatever. They've already sent it off their books.
Ultimately, this is going to end up in a lawsuit.
Against
I'm
who?
telling
You?
100% certainty. This will end up in court at some point. I'm just trying to avoid that.
You're going to be in court, not them.
Let's say the car is back to you. Then there's an obligation beyond that for the lease payments that weren't made. This could all be satisfied by one payoff and then you getting a check. And I'm asking for this document. Can you get me this, yes or no?
How soon after that will you get the money?
I'm not even sure what you're trying to get from me at this point.
The car or to close out the account for you?
Right, so get me a payoff and we'll figure it out.
Not a very smart move on his part. This guy's going to end up in court owing a whole lot more, all because he didn't take the time to understand what he's signing. If you don't understand the contract, don't sign it.
Some financial lessons I taught the hard way. I just finished paying off my car that no longer works. I bought this car back in 2021 for $23,000, and it started giving me trouble 2 years ago, and it officially stopped working a year ago. I took it to every mechanic shop you can think of, every Honda. I took it to multiple Hondas. I contacted Honda corporate. I changed every part you can think of, and nothing was able to fix the car. Our last resort is getting a new engine for it, but they run a little bit expensive. They run from $2,000 to $3,000.
I'm a bit surprised we're seeing a Honda here, but it happens. An old coworker of mine bought a brand new Jetta. Within a month, the engine had to be replaced. Luckily, it was free through Volkswagen.
I think it's expensive because my boyfriend bought me a replacement car after this one broke down for $1,200 on Facebook Marketplace that has given me no issues. The only reason I don't want to give up on this car yet is because it was $23,000. So I do want to keep trying. The engines are kind of hard to find because everybody wants the engine for this car. So as soon as one is available, it sells really fast. The lesson here was that I will never ever buy a car in payments again. It is not worth it to me. I do believe in having nice cars, but they will just have to be bought cash.
Her cheap car works, her expensive one doesn't. It's not always about the price. That's a tough lesson to learn, but hopefully it'll save her a lot of money in the future.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm 27 years old. I am currently trying to pay off $134,000 worth of debt. I haven't been posting because I have been working, I have 3 kids, and I'm currently pregnant, so a lot's been going on, and I just haven't had the motivation to post right now. However, I had about $25,000 to $30,000 worth of credit card debt.
She's so young and in so much debt. $25,000 to $30,000 alone of credit card debt. She's not even sure how much. That's a big problem, not even knowing the total. That $5,000 difference is a lot of money.
I actually got approved for a personal loan, so it paid off all 13 of my cards, because one of them is interest free, so I'm not that worried about paying that one off, but it feels so much better to just have one monthly payment instead of multiple payments throughout the month and whatnot. So let's go on this journey together.
Almost 20% interest rate on the new personal loan to consolidate the credit card debt. I'll assume that's less than she was paying before, but still, that's a horrible rate. The biggest issue now is if she's fixed the habits that got her the debt in the first place. She can just rack up those credit cards again if she hasn't.
Y'all, I've recorded this thing like 4 times because I keep hitting the delete button, and I don't mean to. But it is day 19 of trying to pay off my credit card debt. I have been slacking really bad about it, but I only have $2.96 toward it, and I have that in my bio, so you can check that out. Every day I'll update it if I get something. But I've been doing TikTok lives, learning all of that. You can do all the things by helping me out with these. Just push me out because my TikToks aren't getting anywhere.
I'm not trying to bash this lady, but she's probably spent hours and hours on TikTok and made under $3 to go towards her debt. Spend those hours working a real job and make the videos on your free time.
I think that's why I'm just in like the groove where I don't want to do anything right now with TikTok because it's not getting pushed out. Like I'm getting 200 to 300 views, and to be able to get paid by TikTok, you have to get at least 1,000 views, and it has to be from the FYP. So please help this girl out. We are struggling over here, but that's okay. We will get this paid off eventually. Anyway, I hope everyone has a good day, and I'll see ya tomorrow. I will be sure to update tomorrow.
I hope she can make some money with these videos, but pulling out your phone and recording yourself talking is going to be difficult on any platform. Almost impossible. It would make more sense to find a job and actually put a dent in that debt.
My husband and I were both physicians in surgical specialties. He's an only child. He has immigrant parents, and apparently he had promised them when he was young to support them once he graduates. And they bought a $1.2 million home a couple months ago, and they've been guilting him into fully paying their mortgage.
Wow. So this was like carte blanche, blank check, Richie Rich. We're going to do whatever we want and you're going to fund it. Was that the agreement when he was 4 years old?
So, right. So when he was young, he's like, you guys brought me here and, I want to give back to you. But as he got older, he realized life costs money and he doesn't want to give it all away.
I understand helping out, but paying the full mortgage is ridiculous. I wouldn't be buying a house and expecting somebody else to pay for it. You have no business being in a $1.2 million house if you can't pay for it yourself.
But they called after and they're like, well, you promised, you better give us this money. And so he did. And I just think financially, this doesn't make sense for us. We have 3 young kids. We live in a 1,500 square feet, $300,000 home. So we're living very modestly. They drive luxury cars. And I feel like we're being blackmailed by his parents.
And there's just an expectation that, hey, we raised you, we gave you this great life, and now the tables are turning, you take care of us.
Yeah, the main issue is that he made this decision and gave them the money before talking to me. So he's just been sending it out.
How much money are we talking here?
So
it sounds like the parents are very immature. They're driving around in luxury cars and putting this financial stress on their kid. If they had to actually support them because they needed it, that's one thing. But funding their luxury lifestyle is unfair.
He's sending them $6,000 a month, and his plan is to eventually give them $12,000
Good
A month.
gracious.
a month.
How much do you guys make a month?
Our take-home pay monthly is like $46. Well,
46 a month is what you're making?
Yeah, he's a neurosurgeon, so he makes a decent salary. But we both have incredibly high med school debt.
How much do you have left in debt?
So we each are about $340 each.
Well, the main issue here is you guys are not united on your financial goals, even the values of the family, and he's been doing things behind your back. So there's first a marriage issue, and then once we deal with that, he can deal with the parents.
They have an amazing income, but a lot of debt. Just like everyone else, that should be paid off first, before they even consider paying for anything else. The income goes up and so does the spending. That's around 26% of their income gone to pay his parents' luxury lifestyle. Let me know if you do it. I'm going to end the video here and ask you to hit that like and subscribe button, drop a comment below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.